Hi everybody, it's Colleen Pearl, the Cool Crone, and welcome back to my channel. It is January 26th, and I just gotta say, well, here comes my cat. That's the first thing I gotta say. And then the second thing I gotta say is, what the F is going on, right? I mean, stuff is happening. There's weird stuff happening. Not the least of which is all of the nonsense with D-Rump and all of the things that he's doing. As much as I don't want to focus on him, I think I have to focus on him. I think I have to reach out to my guides. I think I have to talk about how short this presidency will or won't be. And again, I am just not going to go into time frames because it's just almost impossible. But let's look at some, here comes the cat again. Let's look at what, okay, there goes. Let's look at what he is trying to accomplish, what he may or may not accomplish, and what may or may not be going on behind the scenes. All right? So I'm going to throw some cards, and the first thing that I'm going to look at is, what is his week going to be like? Now, this will be the week for January 27th. So let's take a peek at Donald Trump's week. Hey, that rhymes. That's cute. Okay, here we go. Okay, very, very interesting for DJT's week of January 27th. The first card up is Judgment. The jig is up. So, does this mean that he's going away? I don't know. I wouldn't be too quick to count him out. You know, he has been the Teflon Don in the past, and he may be, at this moment, trying to wield all of his Teflon powers in order to get that. But what crosses him is the Star. Now, a lot of people read this card as, you know, the best of democracy and this and that, but I do read it as equity. So there is some kind of balancing going on here between the Judgment and the Star. And the reason I know that's true is because of the Wheel of Fortune. So at the base is the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, what goes up must come down, basically. He has played out all of his Jupiter luck, and now things are really sliding downhill for him. It's just not going to really be going his way. However, he's not completely out. As much as we would like this to be a nice, neat little package, it ain't going to go down that way. It is going to be messy. So while we probably will be getting some more reports or some more information from overseas about, you know, cheating and stuff, he will be exposed. He will be literally judged in the public eye, in the world's public eye. But will he really be ousted from the White House? I'm not so sure. In the past, we have the Eight of Swords. He is understanding that he is caught. He is understanding that he's imprisoned by the knowledge that the rest of the world has about him. And this goes along with my reading where they were offering him a deal. He has actually known that people around, like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Jack Smith, the DOJ, that all of those people know that he cheated. What they're lacking is the evidence to charge him with something. And so on the U.S. side, it's been very weak as far as pushback on the election. Although we all know that he cheated, we can't prove it. On the world stage, however, there's lots of stuff coming out. Canada has a report coming out this week. You know, they've already had things in other overseas publications stating that there was some sort of cheating. Okay, so I found what Linda G posted. It was Kirsten Elaine Martin. I don't know what half people means, but 1/2 people. Data scientists from Germany, Canada, and the United States, people with years of experience in places like PayPal, American Express, etc., just told me that they are 100% sure at VP46 Archive got Now that would be, I don't know who that is, VP 46. Oh, VP 46 is Kamala Harris. Got 60 to 70% of the vote, and that 33% of GOP voters switched party to vote for her. Now that doesn't say that there was cheating. Well, it does say that there's cheating going on, because that is what the results for like the Electoral College and the popular vote showed. The popular vote that was uncovered so far only showed that she beat him by like 1.5 or 1.2%, and still didn't get enough Electoral College votes to beat him. This is saying, though, data scientists from Germany, Canada, and the United States are saying now that she got a lot more of the vote. So that's good. That is showing that we know that she is, I'm going to take my face off of this because you don't really need to see me while I'm looking at the cards, but this is showing that it's starting to come out that, he cheated. So that's part of his judgment, but I think even more stuff is going to be coming out. And the card that crowns him on top is the Nine of Pentacles. Now this is usually the Lady of Leisure in the garden. And if we look at this card closer, we can see that there's all these, $1 million records on the wall. And what's the picture about? That's just a nod to the Rider-Waite card. It's just got a garden and stuff showing in there. But she has landed in the lap of luxury. So is this the Donald? He puts so much stock in casting, right? He wants everybody to look the part. So I don't think that he walks out of this and just says, okay, you caught me, I'm gone. I don't think that's happening. But I do think that he feels the noose tightening around his neck. And interestingly, in the future for him is the King of Wands. And who is that? So with the King of Wands being in the future position, the main person that I think that might be is J.D. Vance. So something tells me that J.D. Vance begins to think that he's going to be the president because DJT is having all this stuff come down on him. It could also be that J.D. Vance somehow comes to DJT's rescue. All these initials, this is hard to keep track of, but I don't think so, because I've always felt from the very beginning that J.D. Vance really is the troll in this. He's really the kind of the mole in the Trump camp, and that he really desperately wants to be president and just can't wait for DJT to move out of the way. Okay, let's keep going with this. So in his in DJT's fear position is the Empress. So what he's really afraid of is Russia. Gee, go figure. And yet he has spent so much time dissing Russia, basically, or at least Russia is coming out and acting like they're being dissed because they're not very happy with him. So it would make sense that he is afraid of them. It would make sense that they are not happy with him, although I don't know all the reasons why. And then in the place for what we see in him, what other people see going on with him, is the Nine of Wands. So he's going to find it hard to defend his position. He's going to find it hard to come back from this judgment here. He will somewhat come back. He will find something to balance it out with so that he's not just, run out of town. His hopes, the Queen of Cups. Now, who would that be? Somebody who's really, really going to help him. Now, I wonder if Pam Bondi happens to be a water sign. I'll check that out. Let's see. Yep, just as I thought. Pam Bondi is a water sign. She's a Scorpio. So she's going to be his Queen of Cups. She's going to be the one that he turns to and says, get me out of this. Take this away. And interestingly, Pam Bondi has the same birthday as one of my boyfriends from high school. Okay. And then the Page of Pentacles, it's weird. He is a little kid. If he can have his toys, he's very, very happy. Somehow the way this ends up, he is okay. Like, again, he weathers this storm. This does not take him down totally. It's bad. It's very bad for him. but it does not take him down totally. And we wouldn't expect that in the second week of his administration. I wouldn't expect that. I would expect that, it would be a little bit longer for him, and that it would be a little bit harder to get him out of there. Okay, so the next reading that I'm going to do is DJT's health for this week. Okay, everybody, so I've shuffled the cards and laid them out, and this has to do with Donald Trump's health for the week of January 27th. So let's go through this. All right, so the first card that we have here is the Magician. So what this tells me is that I don't think this means that DJT is going to make some sort of miraculous recovery or, start jogging or something. I think this has to do with him doing a disappearing act. I think he's going to disappear because there's something coming up for him health-wise that for some reason he just doesn't want anybody to see at all. And I think what's going to happen with that is that we have here the Page of Cups, and I think that we're going to have a little sneaky little leaker here, somebody who's telling us something about his health or about the reason that he disappeared or about something. So we're going to have a little leak from this Page of Cups person, and this card is so cute. She's got, I don't know, what is that? Like a cup, and then just like the other decks, a little fish coming out of the cup. Can you see that? A little fish coming out of the cup. Cute. All right, so that's what's going on for him and what crosses him. So that's going against him. But the base of the matter, the basis of the matter is the Six of Swords. And so I think he takes off, and that's why he disappears. He literally just goes somewhere other than the White House. And I'm thinking that it could be Mar-a-Lago, but I'm not sure that the CIA, or the Secret Service rather, has had enough time to actually fortify Mar-a-Lago so that they can really protect him there. He could go to Camp David, just kind of hang out in the woods and pretend to have meetings with world leaders via Zoom or phone or something, because he can't enter any other foreign countries. Or it could be Walter Reed, the hospital. He could be, the health scare could be such that he ends up actually being taken to the hospital. And I know they have a hospital facility in the White House, but I think the whole point here is that he wants to disappear. He doesn't want anybody to see what's going on with him. So I think that might be one thing that's going on for him this week. And it's due to literally him partying too much. Too much celebration, too much, chocolate cake. I know he loves that chocolate cake, and he loves his ice cream, and he loves his McDonald's, but, too much of that stuff not only make you fat, make you sick. So that's not good. Now, crowning him is the Five of Wands, and I'm going to take this to mean that he is, now we could look at this and just say, is this his body rebelling? Is this his body just, finally saying, we can't do this anymore? Or is this him fighting with healthcare professionals and just saying, no, I don't want you to do that, or I don't want to have that done, or I don't want to take that medication? It's one of those two things. There's a conflict there. Like, this may be representing the conflict within his own body, but it could also be him just arguing with medical professionals. If he's able to argue. What if he's not even able to argue at this point? We don't know. Now, the next card is the Page of Pentacles. And to me, this really reminds me of Melania. Different hat, but this just reminds me of her. So this is a page, so it's an immature person, a younger person, and the Pentacles does represent the body and health. So I think for DJT, this is him having to make a choice or to make some, to get some information about himself, his body, that he's not too happy about, but also that he has to accept. There are some things going on with his body that is just not good. I mean, he already has to wear diapers. That's bad. and he already is not in control of his speech or his mind, because those fail him continually. But being in the position and the age that he has not aged well. People are saying, as he ages. No, no, no. He is aged. He is almost 80. This is a man that's very old. And he has not taken care of his body well, except to walk around and play golf, which he doesn't even walk. He just takes the golf cart. If he were a man of health and he wanted to stay healthy, wouldn't he walk those 18 holes or 9 holes or whatever he does when he plays golf? I think. But I don't think he's concerned with that. I think he believes that he is the magician and that he can just call the tune for as long as he wants, or he can get pharmaceutical help to, prop him up when he's not feeling 100%. Now, what is he afraid of here? Well, he's afraid of the big old Deathmeister. He is feeling his mortality. He is feeling the failing of his body. Look at that picture on the one side. Is that a hand? Yeah, that's crazy. It's the hand of the skeleton, but it's all green. I mean, I wish that would focus. There we go. So, this guy is just not batting 1,000 when it comes to taking care of his body, and it's not good. And what other people around him see is that this is a big, awful moment. So, will the tower moment be his undoing? I don't know. It's not falling, the tower is not falling on top of him, and the death card is falling in his fears. So he's not actually having a tower moment. He's not actually facing the death card or transformation. It's what people around him are looking at and what he's afraid of. Now, what he really wants to have happen is for all the health things to be over. Magical thinking much, Donald? Because they're not going to be over. You're old, dude, and your body is beat. Your body is just barely hanging in there. And so it's not going to be over. And really, he should not be hoping that it's over, because for him, over does mean death. I mean, then that would be over. All the pain and suffering would be over. But somehow, in all of this mess, he gets the 10 of Cups as an outcome. So what does that mean? His disappearing act, the 10 of Cups, I don't know, has to do with his health. This is a reading that has to do with his health. Does not have to do with him like leaving the country or something like that. Most countries he can't go into because he's a convicted felon, so there's that. Okay, so those are the readings on Donald J. Trump for the week of January 27th. We did his situation, and then we did his health as well, so I hope you found that interesting. Please remember to like and subscribe. YouTube has been pulling out subscribers from me. I don't think it was, I just think it was YouTube, because it wasn't a huge amount. It wasn't like people were like rebelling. I think it was just YouTube, and they do that from time to time. People who have been subscribers for a very long time, and they just pull them out from inactivity or whatever. But please subscribe, because this higher level of subscription means that they push my videos out to more people, so more people get to see them, and that's good, because more people do need to see them. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.